Hi everyone, it's David from Sherwood Ford.
Along with Drew.
Good morning.
Morning.
Beautiful sunny day.
A little bit chilly though.
Right. So we're going to be talking about
auto start stop technology.
this is a feature that you can find on some Ford vehicles. It's an available feature that helps to save you money on fuel and reduce emissions.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a really simple, cool, easy to use feature.
Another one of those technologies that you don't have to do anything to get the benefits out of.
That's right. And if you think about it, you know, with the kind of driving that you might do, a lot of start, stop, go driving in the city, all the time that you spend idling burns fuel. Like I know when I use my remote start and I warm up my vehicle, my fuel economy goes into the tank because, well, it's just sitting there doing nothing except idling.
Right.
So when you're at a stoplight, 40 seconds, however much time passes by, collectively when you add up all that time running your engine in an idle mode, you're burning up unnecessary fuel and putting out emissions.
Right, yes.
So this is a really great feature that's going to help you to protect the environment and save money at the same time. So how does it work?
Essentially, you don't have to do anything, but as soon as you step on the brake and the vehicle is in proper running condition, the engine's going to shut down. Right.
So when it's shut down, your climate control, your radio, and your headlights are all still functioning.
Yep.
But one item doesn't.
Power steering.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's kind of a weird thing that happens.
Right, but again, you're stationary, you're sitting there. As soon as you do let off a little bit of pressure off that brake pedal, engine's back engaged and ready to go.
Is there any kind of like time lag between the time you step off the brake and by the time you put your foot on the gas pedal to go?
It's good to go.
Right. So it happens very quickly. In fact, when it turns off, you might not even be able to tell that the vehicle is turned off, except for the fact that there's an illumination in the instrument cluster. What does that look like?
Right. So on your instrument panel, driver display, when it is engaged, it's going to be a green A with a little circle around it.
Yep.
And if it is, wants to engage, but there are some of these situations where it won't, it's going to be a yellow indicator. Right.
So the system will inhibit the vehicle from auto shutting off under these conditions. And the first is, let's talk about when you're towing, or for high or for low.
Right. So your four-wheel drive is engaged, or you've got you're hooked up to a towing trailer.
Right. Now we've had some pretty chilly days here, but when you're driving your truck right now, and you're in auto start stop, which is automatically on when you first start your vehicle, have you been finding that the vehicle has been inhibiting that feature?
Initially, until the vehicle's fully warmed up, but even in our cold temperatures, once the vehicle's warmed up, ready to go, it is engaging.
Right. Okay.
So it doesn't take a whole lot, but it might not engage if you've got that heat cranked up, the heated seats are on, the heated steering wheel's on.
Right. So in high use, your air, heat, or cooling will inhibit auto start stop. If it's too hot out or if it's too cold, it will inhibit the auto start stop automatically.
Right.
Any other conditions? I think that's about it, right?
If your wheels are turned.
Like you're going to make a turn.
Right. So if you had stopped, but your wheels are slightly turned, you're about to make a right-hand turn. It's recognizing that your wheels are turning. You're probably not going to be stopped for very long, and so it'll stay on during those situations as well.
That's perfect. Now, we can go into the instrument cluster and in the instrument panel where we can use the 5-way control on the steering wheel to set some options as well. We can see what the status is.
Right, we can see whether it's in proper, everything's set up to do it properly.
Right.
There's also a button right on your center console.
Right, so if you want to turn it off.
Yeah.
But remember, it's always on when you first turn your vehicle on.
Always going to be on when you turn it on, but say you're going through a drive-through and you're stop and go, but very quickly moving along, you might want to turn it off
Right. That's a good point.
But otherwise, I've been driving a vehicle with it for probably about a year now.
Yeah.
And I don't think twice about whether it's on, off. I don't notice it, to tell you the truth.
No, perfect. So save yourself some money, protect the environment.
Right.
It's pretty basic. I mean, when you're running your engine, you're using fuel and you're putting out emissions.
Yes.
When your engine is turned off, you're not.
Exactly.
You are going to save money. And Ford says that it's about a 10% fuel saving. So collectively over the long term, over the period of a year, you think about how much money you will save in gasoline.
Right. And you know what? On a short-term basis, we're talking about small increments of money.
Yep.
But the big one is it doesn't take rocket scientists to figure out that if your vehicle's not running, it's not putting out any emissions. So, it's just good for the environment.
Yeah. So if you'd like to check out this feature, come down to Sherwood Ford at 2540 Broadmoor Boulevard in Sherwood Park. We'd be happy to demonstrate it for you. Take one for a test drive. There's no obligation, no pressure or hassle. And if you have any questions about any of the technology features for Motor Monday that we've talked about today regarding auto start stop, just drop us a line in the comments.
Perfect.
Until next time, I'm David, and we'll let you do the honors and shut her down for now. Tomorrow is Tech Tuesday, guys, so be sure to check out what we're going to talk about tomorrow at noon. Until then, have yourselves a giant day. Thanks again.